Given with this information discovered and researched along with fellow students, I introduced diabetes, a focus on human disorder. To this curious audience, to make theoretically an understanding of how diabetes is diagnosed, some of the identified symptoms and how diabetes affect individuals, and ways in learning how to control the disorder. Once it has claimed the mobility and endurance of a human's physiology, while studying the focus of Frederick Banting and Charles Herbert's Best, we came across this idea associated with diabetes from these two American Canadian medical assistants that says diabetes is caused by a deficiency of the hormone insulin, which is produced in the pancreas. Thank you.
Alright, let me call you back. I'm about to be in class.
I'm just trying to give me some credits to graduate. That's really all I'm trying to do.
Man, I hope we ain't got no pop quiz today.
What are we gonna learn today?
I ain't even feeling this class right now.
Good morning, class. How y'all doing?
How you doing?
All right, that's good. That's good. So last week we talked about diabetes and like different ways to prevent it. And so basically, like you can like have different diets or whatever. And basically today I'm gonna just like present a video for y'all. I'm gonna have Dr. Thurgood, I believe, to come in and talk to you guys about diabetes. So, and Dr. There, but I'm gonna just talk to y'all about diabetes. And let's see. So basically, you can eat like different whole grains and whatnot, and like fiber to like make sure that like you prevent diabetes from like existing. And also you can have like different exercises to do, like sit-ups, push-ups, or anything. And also, it's like 29 million people in the United States have diabetes, and a whole lot of them are just like unaware of the fact that they have diabetes. And let's see, we have. Hello, Dr. Thurgood. How you doing today?
Professor Page, good to see you, sir.
Good to see you too. And let's see. I'm gonna just play the video for y'all so y'all can see. And then Dr. Thurgood can talk to you. Alright, so
Evidently it's not working properly, but I will head into my lecture. Let's see, my name is Dr. Thurlow. Good morning, class.
Good morning.
Good to see all of you. As mentioned, you all are currently studying diabetes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and I'm sure you may have a relative, someone may have diabetes, may be unaware that they don't even have it. But I'm here to teach you today about some of the symptoms, some of the conditions that comes along with diabetes. Through my research, I have studied at the research clinic within California. I studied in the public schools, and while there, I've come across F.G. Banting and C.H. Best. And through their studies, they came up with a treatment for those who actually lack insulin. And I will describe. This video here, I was going to give you a demonstration, or at least introduce the history of what F.G. Banting actually studied and what he has learned. This was through the course of the beginning of the 20th century. He studied over in Toronto. While at Toronto, the University of Toronto, he became well acquainted with his dear friend C.H. Best. And they came together, did studies within labs, and found a treatment. But I'll go to the next slide. So between them and their discourse, they identify diabetes as two types. One which is very popular or more common, which is diabetes mellitus, and the other diabetes insipidus. Diabetes insipidus is truthfully, I don't agree that, or I'm sure they'll agree with the idea that it's not diabetes. It's something that sort of gives symptoms. It really pertains to the sort of the urinary flow, and yes, it's not really diabetes, but they identify, Banting and Best identify between the two. Now, diabetes mellitus, the characterization of metabolic diseases grouped by hyperglycemia as a result of effects in insulin action and insulin secretion. Now, I will go through the demonstration after I have spoke about these two effects. Hyperglycemia, excess glucose in the bloodstream. Glucose, a simple sugar relative to the importance of energy source in living organisms. Okay, before I get into the common types, I will tell you how diabetes is sort of demonstrated within the body. Okay, so how many of you enjoy eating? Good. Some of your favorite restaurants? Yes, eating out. Many of you eat out most of the time. How many cook? How many of you cook? Spend time cooking. Very good, very good, very good. That's a healthy start. But how many of you enjoy exercising? How much time do you see? Oh, very good. Nonetheless, rather, eating out and it's an effect on the body. It really does give an effect on the body. So you probably want to consider cooking at the common types of diabetes. Okay, we have pre-diabetes. The blood glucose level is above normal, but not too high for diabetes. Okay, you have type 1 diabetes. Body no longer produces insulin or does not produce insulin sufficient. Type 2, a condition that begins with insulin resistance. That is more with people who are older or over the age of, let's say, 40. So yes, but it does affect everyone. The gestational diabetes, a disorder that is developed during pregnancy. A woman usually develops this while she's pregnant. Sometimes it's a condition where it can lead into type 2 if not treated properly. And it could affect the child in some ways. So exercising and eating healthy, eating properly is a form of actually treating by not going from gestational diabetes into type 2. Okay, diabetes insipidus, not too important. It's a salt and water metabolism disorder. It has something to do with your kidney functions, how you produce waste, or how you will get rid of waste rather. Okay, destructive metabolism, the difference from constructive metabolism. The destructive metabolism breaks down the complex substances and the consequent production of energy and waste matter. Excuse me. So, what gives you the pleasure to eat Doritos? More or less in my class during my lecture.
I like Doritos.
I bet none of you learned anything. Took this time to come out of my daily schedule to teach you about diabetes, something to help all of you. And then we have some. So yes.
We learned a lot.
We can show you something, doctor.
Hey, drop the beat.
Drop the beat. Drop the beat.
Oh. Now I dropped the beat.
She too hype. She about to mess up.
That is wild.
He must not know us very well. Right.
You know,
Y'all ready?
He's coming in our class. I'm like, we ain't paying attention.
This Dr. class will
He got the gold chain on.
Don't worry about it. Good things come to those who wait.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
I had the beatbox.
Funny.
Type 1. Young children usually get this. It's when the body can't produce enough insulin. The little girl says, Mommy, I'm weak. She lacks energy even when she eats. Type 2 comes around when you're older. You gotta work hard to get stronger. Pay attention to your blood sugar levels. And know that Big Macs are the devil.
We got diabetes. 29 million Americans with this disease.
Okay.
Are you hearing me? If you're 65 or older, you're at a higher risk than me. I'm not done though. 8 million Americans don't know about this. This could be the 740 cause of death in history. And it's sad to hear 1.4 new million cases every year. Okay.
and make sure you stay healthy. Take a walk, jump rope, do some sit-ups. Just make sure you can get back up. They can ask you if you straight. But make sure you stay from the pace. Everybody love them, even me. But slow down, cause you getting greedy. If you keep eating all that chicken, risk of might vascular disease, and that I guarantee what.
Diabetes so easy to get. There's all type of ways you can really prevent. But I really love chips. But I'm eating healthy now, so vegetarian chips. I love fried chicken much as the next man. That high blood pressure, show your lifespan.
It's Chicken Wednesday and I'm in the cab. I'm looking for some wings or some thighs to smash. What you doing eating this? What you mean? I need this. What you eat, you end up looking like me. There's not a chance that can happen when you got a body like me.
When it comes to the food, you gotta carefully choose. Don't play with diabetes because you can lose. A little exercise can prevent it all. Just get back up every time you fall.
She like flavor.
Okay. Hey. Hey, Kodak.